Whew, I had to go ahead and take a shower. All right, and come back to y'all because I just wanted to go ahead and get some things clarified real quick. All right, you know, as I was coming back down here, and that the title of that book, "I Am Not Your Negro," came to mind. Okay. Um. All right. So again, we're trying to keep an open mind here today. All right. Because I feel like I see what kind of game is being played here. Okay. I see what kind of game is being played. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Really? Okay. Yeah. All right, there we go. So yeah, I see what kind of game is being played. Now I didn't read the book, okay? But I know that the author was very, you know, intelligent. I kind of like the way that he put things, okay? So again, when I say what I'm saying, now we've already done the research, the extensive version of the research on this platform. A lot of people get in their feelings and in their emotions when I bring up things like this because again, we don't like to hold and take accountability for the things that we do to each other in our own communities, right? Okay? So we can talk all day and we can let the media play on your heartstrings and play with your emotions all day. Now, cops do kill unarmed so-called black people, but so do so-called black people. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is why it's important to understand that we are different beings, right? But that don't mean that you should go around treating anyone any type of different way because of who they are. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way for the original Americans or the indigenous or the autochthonous people. All right? There's something about the scent of you. There's something about your Akashic records. There's something about you in particular, you American so called descendants or ascendants of so called American black people, American Indians. All right? The thing that we don't like to talk about, okay, because it's just talk about when the Hebrews talk about things like, you know, black people or slaves, Africans sold other Africans into slavery. No, no, no. Africans sold American Indians into slavery. You get my just? Now they were saying, you know, there's people that used to before we started looking at the whole indigenous American aspect, which I am one of the people that was the first to start bringing this to the people publicly. All right? So when we're talking about that, they were talking about like the, you know, because I was doing the biblical thing and history, okay? And they were saying like, you know, Northern Africans or whatever were selling these other Africans, and people were trying to show on the map how it could have happened and everything like that. But all in all, we're really talking about the Americans, okay? We're talking about, again, those 20 and some odd Negroes or whatever, all right? Or those particular people that came over, all right? Now, when we talk about this, this is also when it comes to South America, they were talking about North African olive skin tone individuals, possibly, right? Um, I don't know why I want to say Moroccan or something like that. And Moroccan. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. So, anyway, so again, what I'm trying to tell you guys is that these particular people, when the earth joined with the earth in the biblical text, these were foreign so-called black. So this is why we have to be very careful as to why this administration is allowing all these people to come in. The first groups of people we were seeing looked Hispanic or something like this, right? Then all of a sudden we saw some people that looked maybe Arabic, right? Coming in on airplanes, all right? Supposedly, allegedly, okay? And then we saw a lot of dark-skinned people at the border, okay? Think about this. They're saying God, our Father, okay? And they're saying God, our Father, and the Lord Jesus Christ, right? But let's think about that. God, right? Being that energy of the American God energy or the old world, which the birthing of this world began in America, not Africa. Okay. Again, you can think what you want to think, but this is what I found out on my research. Okay. So again, that must mean that this relationship, we go away a long way back. When somebody's saying, I will, you know, that whole thing about bring my sons and daughters, that's America realizing, or Colombia realizing that her sons were taken away from her, okay? And she wanted them back, okay? That's that kind of somewhat energy here, I feel. And when we're talking about, let's see, okay, so this is as whoever is, so you got this sitting president where they're looking at, they saying the sitting president is who's in office. I doubt that. The sitting president is the empress to me. The president is the person that you see in the White House. Okay, I feel like this is how it's always kind of been, because they're really asking for things in your name. Get what I'm saying? All right. So that's the actual, you are the Capitol dome, or that energy of it, and the president is the one that spends the money, makes the rules, do all the things, da, 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 okay? The face of it all, okay? But your Akashic records is the thing that fuels it. Your fossil fuel is the thing that fuels this, all right? The womb of the American woman have birthed all types of nations, all right? First of all, they was coming here to America, taking so-called black people, American Indians, out of they took more people out of here than they brought into this country from Africa. All right? There was only like 250,000 or so, if you go back and look at the slave records, that they brought of so-called Africans into America. They were already coming here, South America, and all up and down, and kidnapping our people and taking them over to Africa. You see what I'm saying? I mean, if you really think about this, right? Sierra Leone, and there's one more, okay? All right. So again, we're talking about this flood that's happening right now that God promised not to happen again. God being, meaning my energy, okay, or the Godhead energy, or the feminine aspect, or whatever, would be against it. But the Father, see, now that's what I'm saying. So it's saying anybody who hasn't been brought in by the Father or their Father will not remain. So that's why we have to be very careful, because this is when I feel they want to take away the Son of God. They have used everything they need. In the biblical text and storylines, when they said they didn't go back to the woman, it's not because she was ruined or scorned or something. No, they just got everything they needed from her dome, from her Akashic records, these miners that were mining the minds of American autochthonous women. They got everything they needed from them, all right? And they had given to their women, who were the foreign women that were being brought in. All right. So when we look at what the term negro meant, it actually was pertaining to, at some point in times, the light-skinned particular people that were brought over here. I mean, that is somewhat true. All right. We have the lookout. Okay. And the ship is burning. Okay. So this is making me think about King again today. That he's afraid that he's bringing his people into a burning building. But this is a ship. But then I said, what? The ships of Deuteronomy. So this is actually both. This is a burning ship. So this is King talking, right, about the burning house or the burning building. And then also the burning ships. Okay, we have 17 here. Okay. That can be 2017, 1917, 17 days ago something happened. In 17 days something gonna happen. Something like that, okay? We have the Ark of the Covenant, all right? We have the Ark of the Covenant. We have 11 here, okay? So again, I don't know. Well, this is giving me the energy of a masculine here, okay? Also, kind of like, I guess, I don't know, like my energy, but also this person's energy, because maybe this person is more, this is maybe not the same individual. This is someone who I've been noticing is someone in the likeness of that individual, okay? This could be somewhat that Libran energy or Aquarius energy. We have the Four of Scrolls, okay, which is the karmic trench, okay, which is in reverse here, all right? So again, I feel like this has something to do with this hard work that we were just reading about in the biblical text. All right. I don't know why it's in reverse. I do want to go ahead and grab the book, but I'm not going to do it now. Am I? No, I'm not. Am I? No, because I don't want to get off track. Okay. So again, I'll pull it up. I'll try to find it in a second. Okay. So again, where was I at? Okay, so again, this is, like I said, this flood that wasn't supposed to happen again. All right, this is the administration allowing this flood to happen, and Erica has been against the flood. Okay, I think Trump has been against the flood, or was against the flood, or against a lot of these things that's happening. Okay, because he wanted to make America great again. That means tighten up the ship. You know, American made this, and that, and do our thing. But no, this energy, like I said, why do fools rush in? So it has something to do with this Russian energy, and then also this China energy. Okay, in this G7 energy. Okay, but I started to question things because I thought at first when G7 happened that Putin and Biden were kind of working together, but then I thought again later on I heard that they kind of sidelined Putin and kind of like didn't, something about him and G7 wasn't flowing right. I don't know if he was kicked out. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was something where something wasn't flowing right anymore. Okay. So again, they're commercializing or selling off America pretty much, okay? Because Biden was fighting for the soul of America, all right? Trump was fighting to make it great again, and Biden was claiming that his family was the first miners. Now, I know that if they are the first miners, then they came across the mines of mine ancestors, all right? And their Akashic records, okay? And so this is the thing. They benefit off of your knowledge of things. This is the piratist energy, the desirous energy, the satanic energy, the energy of the people that are so concerned with gaining access to soil, with land patents, with what's underneath the soil, and what benefits they can get from whatever is there. They will sell off that land or portions of it as quick as they can do anything the fuck else, right? In order to, and like, I'm gonna tell you what a house Negro gonna look like today. It's going to be somebody that worries about, again, only their personal gain. They may throw little shots and give you desirous energy to go and do something or focus on something that can bring you some type of gain. But also at the end of the day, once they get straight and they get set, everything is good. All right. These are the people that, get what they can, right? They're not, if they see a fellow or a sister or a brother struggling with something, they deny them help. All right. Or they don't want to help. They will shun them or start a campaign to smear them. But the reason why they're really doing it is because of who you are. They know that some of us are the original, the descendants or ascendants of the original peoples of this land, right? So it's about the scent of you. It's your light. It's that white light. Because again, at the end of the day, I think that white was pertaining to the pure-blooded Indians that were here already prior to, what do I want to say? Prior to like the slave codes, okay? I think that was like the late 1860s, okay? When people like me and you or whatever were still, that's when we really actually lost. It wasn't 1600 something. It was in the 1800s with the slave codes is when you actually lost your so-called freedom and became prisoners of war, not slaves. The slaves or the Slavic people that they were bringing in here, like the Irish and all these other people, were the particular slaves, all right? And again, so-called black people did have slaves, right? Because they were bringing these people in, but they didn't treat them unfairly. These were the pharaohs and things that before the 16th dynasty or whatever, that they were letting people come in and they were just accepting them into the lower class civilization. They didn't have an underworld or a caste, the outcast system where, there were certain people that didn't matter and then other people's did. Okay. They just put them in the same category with the other citizens or populace or whatever, okay, that weren't of the royal families or whatever, or the families of the pharaohs, okay, and they didn't harm them or do anything different. They treated them just like their own people, and that's I've basically might have been a mistake. I mean, I'm not gonna, I'm just saying. Okay, I'm just saying that. So when the earth joined with the earth is when the problems happened. All right. These women may have came with more crafty things that they were able to craft up and do, and things with the way that they worked. Okay, we were doing telepathic things, natural things, these kind of things, but I feel like these particular people from the islands and things like this, not to show any kind of, this is not disrespect or anything. I think they brought in more of that hoodoo voodoo type shit or whatever. Okay. And started to use it on the American women. That's the video we did on the Native women, American women. These women that were being brought, these foreign women that were being brought in, were jealous of the American women, their beauty. Okay. The fact that they could have all these children, 16, 18, 20 children, they didn't, it was something about it, same way that where they're like kind of envious of the energy of the American women. All right. So when we talking about Negro energy here, and we talk about, I know what they gave you the perception on your movies, but that was just to keep some type of mental image of what to expect. So when it comes around again, you're waiting for so-called white people to come and do something to you, when it's actually could be people that kind of look like you. They're in the likeness. So even this is a hijack already in Genesis when they say, let's make a man and woman in a likeness, in our likeness or whatever, or in the likeness of God. All right. So again, I'm just trying to figure out who that really is in that house. Okay. Who or what it is. All right. Because again, we don't know where these people are coming from. All right. But what we do know is that they get special treatment over Americans. That's a concern for me. That would be the Mother Earth energy, or America standing up and saying, wait a minute. What about my children? Right? No matter if we're talking about Canadian, Mexican, white, black, Puerto Rican, whatever. What about my Cuban, whatever? All right. Because I mean, the whole thing is still the Americas and the islands, right? But I'm just saying, what about America first? See, so Biden wants to build back better. That means bringing some people in the likeness of Americans in here, putting them in positions of power, giving them all kinds of grants and all this other shit so they can be controlling over. Now, what did he tell you already? That in a couple of years that so-called black people are going to be dependent on so-called Mexicans. All right? But then Trump was saying remain in Mexico. If these people come, then they should remain in Mexico. So again, I'm just trying to, get some type of balance here, or figure out what we're talking about here. All right. Because we have to be very, some people may say it don't matter, but I don't like when people try to wash stuff off and just say, it doesn't matter. We're all, or this and that. Nobody's being prejudiced or racist or anything. We just telling it like a TI is. I'm just telling you like it is. Because we so quick to think everybody is our fucking people. We have here what it says in etymology, what a Negro is. Now we have videos on here where we look through images and of antiquity of people that so-called look black, whipping black people. All right. They're telling you like it was your brother and sister, but okay, to a certain extent. But your African brothers and sisters, or your foreign brothers and sisters, right? Because think about that now, okay? With the police, military, and everything. Think about somebody coming into your neighborhood now. You see what I'm saying? Well, I guess people they don't make a big deal out of us doing what we do to each other. But again, that's kind of like what we have to talk about, what we have to address. All right? We make an uproar when they tell you to. When you see someone that is maybe a police officer do it to you. Okay? But we don't make a big deal when we do it to each other. That's a problem. All right, because again, the lineage, that's the energy of like how we're refilling our ancestors and everything coming in right now, and how we're healing and doing these things. Just know that again, this whole Chirac energy, okay, of us killing each other. Is it us killing each other, or is it again the spirit of those first peoples that came over here in your likeness that look like you, right? that's in your communities that don't care, because American so-called black people are more meek. We don't do, like, we'll get down if we have to. You know what I'm saying? But it's just that energy. Like I said, would you allow somebody to come in and start doing something to some child or something right in front of the community will be in an uproar. I feel like it's different when it comes to gunshots and things like this or whatever, but when it comes to, I mean, if you just really think about that today, the reaction I feel somebody would get if they came in and tried to really do something in your community. Then they didn't have a gun. I'm not talking about police officers, right? Because people tend to have some kind of fear complex or something when it comes to that. But just any random person. You see a little, and I'm just saying, this is just, like I said, people going in on their emotions. But I'm just saying, if we want to go ahead and use an example, somebody that don't look like you coming into your neighborhood and hitting a grown up, hitting on little children that look like you, you know, that's going to be a motherfucking problem quick. And see, that's why a lot of these people build their own communities. When they come here, they don't really fool with you in your communities, nor do they open up stores or anything in your communities, nor do they do anything in your community. So when this particular God is saying that they're going to increase their children, I'm just saying, we just have to look at the fact that it seemed like somebody's showing favorites. That's all. And then it takes me back, because of doing the research and not being in my feelings, to noticing that, again, this is just the same thing all over again. There's people in your likeness here, and they are going to bring you down low, and they're going to come up real high. And you're going to be looking at people like me, because I'm forcing us to look at ourselves and address things of our ignorance of, you know, also being so opening and welcoming to other people that don't show love back to you, you know what I'm saying, within your communities. All right. This is not about separation. This is about addressing something here, so that you know, because they wouldn't want me saying something like this. You're going to be, the so-called black community is going to be mad at me and say, oh, you don't like black people? Oh, hell no. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying be aware, because some of these people, all right, what I'm saying, a house Negro would be somebody that would be selling out some people for a handbag or some shoes or the money or something that they would be getting or gaining to get those particular things. They're going to be dressed nice, like nice people dress, right? This is what they say. We're saying, what are the protocols of a house Negro? They're going to dress almost like the master, right? Right? Then they'll turn the camera around and look at you and say, oh, look, this person don't do this. Oh, they hair ain't like this. Oh, they shoes ain't like this. They nails ain't done. You look busted. You this, that. You broke. You know, and again, whole time, these people are ciphering your energy. They're also going behind the scenes, digging up things that you may not be aware of, you know, as regular so-called black people, like trust and things like this, killing off some of us in order to pertain that, finding out documents and things downtown. Where I'm just saying, these are the things that people are not addressing or not talking about. And why you think the crime rate in some of these places, okay, like Georgia and stuff like that, had gone up so far when we were talking about it last year, or within the past couple months, I mean, the past 6 months to last year when I brought it up, right? So these people get envious, they get greedy, you know, prideful and haughty, because they're able to get away with these smash and grab tendencies. Okay? I don't want to just look at one. I don't want nobody. If my enemy come in any color, let me know that. Because I'm dealing with energy when I'm looking at people. I'm not even dealing with your outside appearance personally. But when I'm explaining this, I have to. But again, personally, I don't. I'm looking at people's energy. I'm reading your fucking energy. I'm looking at your works. It's a competition. Those are plants, scouts. The Indians or Native Americans called them scouts. All right? Everybody that all brown skinned folks ain't your kin folks. Everybody that look like you ain't you. I'm concerned about the remnant. Right? And again, Satan knows he only has a little time. Right? It's a good thing that something happened, because I can't remember if it was Jesus or somebody came, all right, or else, or God or whatever, because there wouldn't be anything left. I'm talking about the 1% that is of the descendants or ascendants of these particular original Americans. They're going to be the ones that are going to be targeted, treated badly, raped, pillaged, mocked, wearing these crowns of thorns. This is the energy that I'm seeing here. Okay. And people want to act like it's not the case. And I just don't know. I'm just trying to make sure. Again, this story does repeat itself, just like it said in the Bible. So it's saying negro, 1550s, a member of a black skin, but then we also know that black means pale or bleak and all these other things too. Okay. Race of Africa, from Spanish or Portuguese, negro, black. All right. Dusky, sable, what does it say? Applied to the night sky, a storm, complexion, gloomy, unlucky, bad, wicked. Okay. So again, if you can turn the camera on, okay, let's have an open mind here. If you can turn the camera on to the small amount, that's what I'm telling you. They're not doing this hyper, we have to remember or pay attention to the things that actual God or source is doing, who is not the author of confusion, or these people that are doing things in the likeness of God, right? And they're making you think, oh, just be patient, your time is coming. But really it just means just chill, we killing y'all to fuck off. Paper, whether it's paper genocide or otherwise. Because they know that remnant, that small amount that they're trying to ridicule and put in the public. And again, you notice a lot of those images of, Indians or so-called black women, they're bare-breasted, okay, of antiquity. Even warrior women, bare-breasted. It's a way to sexualize or something like this. So this is where the peeping Tom, I feel, energy comes in and exploiting these women right here, because these are the women that will be going into leadership roles and things like that. Right? They want to make it seem like you got there because of your beauty and your booty. All right? And it's not because of your brains. Or whatever attributes that are within you that you have to offer to society or to people. So again, if they can make you look gloomy, unlucky, bad, or wicked, you see, then they can get your own people, the real people, to even your own people is what I wanted to say, to go against you, your own family, friends. But again, it's because of who you are and that you've been chosen and anointed by God. So this is the point where they want to get rid of the Son of God and bring in the Son of Man, which is going to be probably an AI version, which is going to be a little quicker or quick-witted, or they're able to come in and study somebody's work like my work that I put damn near 15 years into, all right? And just look at it or read over it or get the memo in the morning, and then they can make it into something else. They can maybe produce it quicker or make short TikTok versions of it or something, but never pay homage to the real original people that got the shit out the mud and sat there for hours and hours and hours and hours, right? Okay? And did it all alone. No college degree, no nothing. And there's probably people that are scientists and all these other different people that are having some kind of access to, but the growth is not coming to my channel. They're doing it behind the scenes, right? The growth is not coming to my channel so that I can be able to, expand off of it as well, right? So again, they're bringing the readers in and the seers and stuff like that, and they're making sure that these people have a proper algorithm to, come in quick and get followers quick. But I've been putting work in all this time, and you trying to tell me a problem? I go from 300 something views in one day on my shit to 1 or 2 or 7. But I know that there's probably a large amount of people that's seeing this on some type of other platform. But at the same time, I get no growth so that I can promote my business so I can do things here, right? So again, then you can FP. You have people. Oh, well, that person is unlucky. See, she can't make no money. She can't do this. This is to get the masculine to pick another woman, because this masculine wants who he wants. But this is for the people rallying up to leave again his empress or whatever, his original empress that he's really going to have the real gain with, not just financial. This is about abundant, like in natural, like a gain in natural abilities. But then again, with these other tools and shit that they have, they can allow for people to come in on this feminine's energy, say cipher her energy, and not never have to do anything or give her anything or whatever, is what I feel. They found a way to be able to do it that way. All right. And then we have balance here, okay? But it's in reverse, all right? And then we have the bird's nest, the three of forces, all right? But it's in reverse too, all right? And then we have the in crescent moon, okay? The 6 of keys. And that's in reverse as well. I'm probably going to have to get the book for this. I don't know, this bird's nest with this butterfly is giving me some type of freedom. But it's also, again, somebody's nest is here though too. All right, so somebody may be building a bird's nest or building a nest or a nest egg, or somebody has something, you know, maybe stored up or has built some type of home or dwelling or something like this, okay? It's making me, it's giving me like family, starting a family kind of energy, but it's in reverse here, all right? And then again, with this balance, it's like maybe balance is not actually being restored, but we're getting the impression or the perception that it is, all right? Let's see. So we have night, okay? Well, that's making me think about a night energy, all right? The flighty energy, that might be, again, what these knights are, right? Because again, an emperor, there's only one emperor and one empress, and they're going to be what it is for each other. Somebody else can play that part, but they're not going to get the abundance. But if they can keep the empress hidden, right? This is a hidden vassal of something, and then whip you to keep giving your information out when you're not getting anything in return. You don't even get your masculine. You don't get anything. It's just somebody's whipping you to keep you doing this work, and they're blocking even your own ways and avenues that you could be making money by just, again, slowing down your algorithm and getting it to the key players or the people that they wanted to get to, so that they can pick from that as well, right? It's almost picking your brain, right? And then make books and write books and shit on it and do all this stuff on it and act as though, you know, this is somebody rewriting the shit, the history too, as we go. Everything is being written or stored up in heaven. That's in your Akashic record, but it's also, again, higher in these high places, all right? So it's saying apply to Black peoples of Africa, okay? But again, I've seen maps here of antiquity that have Africa planted right on the East Coast, all right? So again, here in the Americas, okay? Citizens of African descent. But because its perceived association with white imposed attitudes and roles, the word was ousted in late 1960. Wait a minute. But because of its perceived association with white imposed attitudes. So again, that's what I'm saying. What is this saying? That, okay, white imposed. So that white could be like the pure-blooded Indians, okay? All right? Now, again, when they were saying they didn't want women to vote, in many places, women were already voting. So when they're talking about this right to vote and this act and all these things that were being done, it's kind of misleading because, like I said, in many places, women were already. So that kind of tricked me up. I did a video on this a while back. All right. Because it made me think that with all these so-called Black people dressed nice in these places and these nice buildings and things like this, it was making me think, all right, that those were our original ancestors fighting against these, again, because women could mean men, women, and children, right? This could have been them fighting against these particular people that were coming in from being able to vote, because what would that do? Just like if now they just brought all these people in here, if they want to restore a republic or put Republicans back into the House, right? Then I feel like this was some kind of thing, because they knew that, maybe people wouldn't trust Democrats, you know what I'm saying, at some point in time now, okay? So they brought a whole bunch of people in. These are children of, I don't know what's going on in the White House. I'm just telling you that right now, okay? I don't know what this is, but it seems very anti-American, and it seems very domestic terroristic, okay? To a person like me, all right? So they bring in all these people in here that are being given gifts and things like this, okay? Who are these people going to be voting for? Who are these millions of people going to be voting for? They're going to be looking at this administration or Democrats as if they are gods or gods. And what are they going to be doing to the people like the originals that actually really have the power, but since they don't have the multitude, and because Satan is running things at some point in time in heaven, possibly now, since they're manipulating the minds of the people, since these people don't know God, or they're not knowing their husband or their, their counterpart. So it's saying here, Professor Booker T. Washington being politely interrogated as to whether Negroes ought to be called Negroes or members of the colored race. Oh, and that was another one, colored. Matter of fact, okay, that's okay, colored. So we call ourselves colored sometimes, or they would call us colored. It was also the colored. Okay, that's what it was. Colored. Okay, was more looked at in the 1800s as light skinned people. It wasn't even really talking about dark skinned people. I got a whole CD downstairs filled with magazines that's called something colored or whatever. Okay. And most of the people are light skinned people. All right. The colored race has replied that it has long been his own practice to write and speak of members of his race as Negroes, and when using the term Negro as a race designation to employ the capital N. Okay, this is what we, okay, because we read about this too a while back, okay? About when they use the capital N, right? It means one thing, and when they use the lowercase n, it means another thing, and when they put the when they put the es at the end, it means something else. Same thing with God in the Bible. When they use a little g, it's talking about a demigod, more than likely energy. When they use the big G, that means God. And then sometimes they don't even you talk about God in a chapter. It's talking about Paul and them, which is not God. So these are people in the likeness of God, or have been observing God and not acknowledging God for who he or she is, and then also making themselves more prominent in the eyes of the people and making God less prominent, okay, or less appeasing to the people, okay? And this is how it works. And most time they're going to be high-end individuals, okay? Just saying. Borrowing. Okay, so yeah. And then again, when if you catch these people in your trust, or you catch these people doing these things, it's just called borrowing, because at one point in time they're planning on paying you back. So it may have something to do with this energy that we were just talking about in the biblical text about somebody paying somebody back. All right, when Moshe and all them and Paul and them was coming up with the scheme, right? But then I feel like also this is the Yeshua energy coming back, right? Or the Godhead energy, or the masculine part of the Godhead energy coming back, and then it being in a situation where maybe his woman was maybe exposed or something like this, and these people are saying see to make this person angry at this feminine energy. Okay. It's something that they probably didn't even have to show, but they did, or something like this, or somebody trying to make it seem like somebody is selling their body or showing their body off when it's actually these people sneaking and doing it. All right. These are people secretly recording somebody in their own home, okay, and then putting it out there probably on the website or something, making money off of it and saying that this feminine energy doing it for herself or to herself because she don't have money. She's doing this and that, and that's a lie. I have everything that I needed. I have everything that I need here. Now, there's things I could want, but everything that I need is already here at my house. Somewhat. All right. You get the gist of what I'm saying. That's the reason why I've been able to, not have to go out there and be still just sit here and be a servant of God and the word to the people without asking for a damn thing. So we have the older English words were more and blackamoor, okay? Ethiopian, all right? This is what I'm telling you about people, okay? Like Omar, okay? And these individuals here, okay? It's not nothing. These people are beautiful people. There's nothing, like I said, and everybody is not, there's good and bad in every single phenotype, so-called racial group, ethnic, whatever, okay? I'm just saying. But I feel like there was another version of Ethiopian people or something like this before they even, came. To look how we see them looking today. And they have a very distinct look. All right. We have the Oracle of Delphi or Delphi. I didn't notice that it was over here. All right. A blue man, or blue, B-L-E-W man, or blue man, B-L-U-E. All right. Having skin rich in melanin. All right. A person of African ancestry, a Negro, a Negroid, an archaic and projective today. Okay. So again, what is this? A bete nore? A person or thing regarding with special aversions. Literally the black beast. A beast is something, or a Niger or Negro. A detested person. All right. So anyways, I just wanted to go ahead. So again, I just wanted to go ahead and reiterate on that. Because to think, like I said, you had to be surrounded by a lot of people that wasn't you for these people to get away with doing the things that they was doing to you. But with technology these days, what society tells you to do, and you may be upset because you have to do this way, but God is using somebody. God is being a mentor to someone. God is putting people to the side and setting them apart in order to show them some kind of way, or what he wants them to do. And we still have healer, God, alchemist, a student, a child or orphan, a poet, a shaman, the servant, Messiah. All right. We have hedonist. We have hermit, shapeshifter. All right. Child nature. All right. There's a different. That's another video that they deleted of mine. Was the children of God versus the children of man. Thief, detective, a prince, a monk, or a nun. I'm just saying, because this is how the mass deception and mass excuse me, excuse me, why? Excuse me, culling of people was able to happen because it was people that was forming these earlier militias and group and were getting greedy with money and all of this power and all of these things. And they started to, what did we say? Talking about trafficking, right? Each other. Okay. Again, so somebody about that money. This could be, again, people that's pretending to be so-called black people coming into your indigenous community or whatever, planting themselves in there as if they're one of you, but whole time they want to take your place. Okay. Also, these people may be already wrapped up in taking different things away from you, such as things that most of us might have been ignorant to, that we may be able to receive or dig up. All right. But these people are very privy in this, probably genealogy and all these other things. They're very privy because, again, they work for their daddies. And a lot of times these people then got away with taking people's inheritance and stuff like this. Again, past, present, future, you can take it how it resonates with you. And before you can find out about it or get wind of it, or inflation is caused in your nation or within your person, right? They will find a way to punish you, get rid of you, lock you in a mental institute, or something of that nature, or sell you off, or trick you off, or breadcrumb you into the arms of someone that's supposed to be a lover or something like this. All right. They can put you on their roster. All right. You cause too much problems, then you got to go. So again, the real house Negroes can be darker than you today. Right. They just gonna be worried more about their minds are gonna be in the likeness of their daddies, which more worried about the resources, the land, and the shit they can get from it. And again, this is the 30 or 40-year introvolts we're talking about. So again, these are the ones that the masculines are gonna end up, yes, leaving American women for, leaving them stranded for, because they're gonna have wealth. It's gonna seem like they are God. It's gonna seem like their laws and lies are more powerful than my American healer wife or my Messiah woman. No. This bitch over here, you know what I'm saying? But they don't even realize that some of the goods that these people have accumulated come from you. And if that person would have just been with you, right? Or even learned what they learned from them and brought it back to you, you could have been abundant in that way as well. Now, I'm not talking about stealing and cheating and killing and all that. I'm just saying doing it the right way. Because it's with greed when they have their eye on their brothers or sisters or somebody else's wealth too. And then they go too far, right? And then they got to get rid of somebody, right? So the black sheep of the family would be the scapegoat. That would be the person that, again, was raised up to break these so-called generational curses, and they would be packed with certain information that others wouldn't. And this would make even family members and stuff like that spent all these years in college and doing all these things and these professions look silly. God will raise these people up from nothing and make these people look silly. And they'll be angry possibly. So these could be people that will be like, oh, yeah, that person, they don't know what they're talking about. They didn't even get a college degree. It's that fucking kind of energy. You see what I'm saying? Because these people don't believe in God. They're working with something else. The God they trust is that damn dollar bill. Like I said, and I'm gonna keep on saying it. It's not to say that you can't have it. It's not to say somebody can't be rich. I don't believe that the God that I serve is telling nobody they need to be broke. All right? It's just a right way and a wrong way. All right? And these women will come with they can do different things to you and hurt you and harm you and do all these things again, whether it be spiritually, physically, emotionally, whatever. All right? By taking your man, whatever. All right? All right? Taking your funds or whatever. What you going to do about it? Right? Okay? These are the generational curses. So for you just to think that God's just like, oh, curse the Cain and everybody, and this how we're going to do it. They just curse. No, you need to know what comes with the shit. How does it happen? What was it talking about? And what God was it? Because it wouldn't have to say the God of our fathers if it was the God of everybody. You see what I'm saying? We have 13 Buddha prepares. Nothing I do on this platform is to cause any type of division amongst anyone. It's just to tell the story the way it is, to clarify things, to bring things, so we can realize some of these things here so that they won't be repeated again, right? And a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, like I said, I feel like this somebody was trying to say something about, all these people that's elite, or all these rich people and all these famous people, or all these other people, are they're all evil. No, that's to cover up what they have been doing. That's to cover up what they have been doing, because some of those people are still the original people. There's just a couple of us that were hidden amongst, excuse me, amongst the commoner peasants and servants. And you'll know by, the way you were raised, the way you were treated within your family. When you start to reflect and heal and everything, you start looking at all these ways, how everything always been kind of different for you. We got commitment, which is the one of roses. You start getting committed to yourself, right? You start going into your Akashic field, right? All right. You start trying to get on track, okay? Mentally, all right? Possibly physically, emotionally, whatever. All right. Okay, but we have a fated meeting here, okay? We have diversity here, okay? And then we have Isis, the goddess of magic. Sexual energy is sacred. My pleasure is a prayer that brings me back to life, okay? That's crazy how one of her wings is up and one is down. Huh. I'm here. At one point, I feel like it was broken wings, but I feel like this broken wing for me. So again, that's just basically the gist of it. If people can remove their feelings for a moment and see what's being, it don't really matter to me at all if it's not. God know my heart. And like it said in that text, it's going to be some things that's going to be done, okay? For those who are giving certain people a hard time, all right? All right, I feel like there's a lot of people like, yeah, see what that person said, this is this, but they're not understanding. They're still in their feelings. They're still looking to wait for somebody to get some type of punishment here. We have Eve, change. All right, these are people that can't stand you. They mad because they have to learn from you and they don't want to. Shit like this, and so they want to see you hurt. They want to see harm or something come your way here. All right. But I feel like if it wasn't for whatever energy or whatever God that I am attached to, I wouldn't even be here. Okay? I would not be here right now. We got Erica Badu, spirituality here. All right? We got Mio Shan, the princess of mercy. Giving is receiving. The energy of the universe is merciful. Okay? I just feel like these things are very important. It's really easy to, that's why I just like to go back to the root of things. Because people will have you around here looking real crazy. Thinking you know something, the whole time, you know what I'm saying, we're being mowed down quietly. The same thing, we thinking we did something, and quietly the same shit is happening over and over again. And because somebody say something like what I'm going to say, and I'm not going to give a damn if somebody like it or not. You know what I'm saying? Then you want to target me, but I see ain't nobody touching this. And even if I'm just not concerned. You know what I'm saying? I can't afford, nor do I have time for it. I just keep on doing what I'm doing. And then you'll see. All right? Because I know people can't get up out of their feelings. It's somebody that's so pissed off about what I'm saying right now. But it's just the truth. And again, if you can't look at yourself in the mirror, or we can't look at each other as a collective in the mirror, there's a problem with that. There's really not no real healing going on there. All right. If somebody could try to convince you, oh, this person think they all that because they light skinned today, that's a problem. And a lot of these people, you know what I'm saying, within these communities are the ones behind the scenes, um, using the military and using their, this could be like the Lord of Armies, okay? Using their power and stuff like that to degrade or do these filthy things or behind the scene things, okay, to feminines. And I feel like it's the jealous the jealous, I'm about to say wheat. It's the jealous wives, right? And sometimes they can look like you. All right. Sometimes they can be trying to look like you. Everything they do can try. Sometimes they can end up looking like you, and you end up looking like the damn you end up looking like a so-called slave. You see what I'm saying? I feel like some of these one of these feminine energies, okay, has stolen my whole damn identity. Okay? Straight up. Where I'm walking around looking more like a peasant, and this person is wearing hair like I used to and everything. When she was more like plain Jane and bland when she first came out, and I was just popping, you know what I'm saying, doing my thing, always, you know what I'm saying, like dressed some kind of way, hair done some kind of way, and then all of a sudden I'm looking around, the motherfucker want to look like me, skin lightening and shit. It's disturbing to me. I'm not really concerned about it. Like, I stopped talking about it in that nature, but I mean, things still need to be brought to fruition here. All right. Also, I mean, it's true. Natives also did certain things to so-called autochthonous black people to cover up the fact that they were here first. That don't mean that they deserve to be treated differently or anything today. We are a whole different people today. We can learn from the things that happened yesterday. That's the only reason why we talk about them. Because again, if you want to get to the root of things, things are going to have to be addressed within that community too. And I feel like where I fell off is when people noticed that I was saying, hey, I respect the elders, I respect these people. But again, we ain't going to forget that, again, the people I'm talking about that I come from was here before all that shit. Before it was a such thing as a Native American. You understand what I'm saying? So we have farm here, all right? Because I have told you, this is what they do. They use one group to come against the other group. And then once they get the, okay, so autochthonous people is here. They use some foreigners that look like you to come in here. All right. After that, you know what I'm saying? They use some other forms of groups of people or natives or French or however you want to say it. When they're done with them, they go ahead and treat them like stepchildren, and they bring the next group of people in. Right? And then the next, and then the next. And then now these people here, okay, that are just coming in here now, and we barely know who they are. All right. If they even getting, you know, documented or whatever. All right. It's a slave trade, but again, where are they coming from? How did they get there? What ship is they coming on? What the fuck is going on? Who is these military missiles and boats or something bringing them up? Like, how are they getting here? We have the healer, okay, and I'm just reiterating on these with a couple of these cards here. Okay, attraction here. I kind of see why, I don't know why this is coming out, but I kind of see why it was saying about the lustful energy, okay? But it's almost like the lust for, like getting rid of that lustful energy towards the masculine. I feel like is what opens up the door for something else to come in. I feel like, again, that's another thing I want to go ahead and look back in this text and address. Because it's like, I'm like, okay, God, I'm about to start thinking about this person like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to be a good girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to just go ahead and just think about, whatever I'm working on and think about a future of just holding hands or some shit like this. You know what I'm saying? And then it's almost like, letting go of that passionate something, you know what I'm saying? It just led somebody to possibly into the arms of someone else. All right. Or just not you. All right. So we have God here, and it says, give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. Okay. Then we have Erica Badu. It says spirituality. Spirituality here, but then it's also biblical here. Okay. Princess of Mercy. All right. And to reiterate on that, it says let go of control issues. Okay. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Okay. And then we have the Alchemist, and we have phobia in reverse. Okay. I feel like this energy right here, transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. This may even somebody that has a fear of greatness here. All right. And then we have the shadow attributes is misuse of power and knowledge that come through spiritual practice. And again, because I don't never want to be one of these people, right? I have a phobia to maybe reach a height because I don't want to become one of these people with this shadow attribute. I don't want to have to compromise. I don't want to do it somebody's way. I want to do it my way. My way is good enough. I'm good enough. You see what I'm saying? We can't even understand or understand half of what some of these presidents be saying. Okay? And you're going to try to tell me something about me? All right, we have the Seven of Wands here. Okay? Defense. So again, something is not being defended right now. We have the Shaman, the Farm, and then the Seven of Wands. This makes me think that something is not safe right now, or something is not being safeguarded, or something is not being protected here. You are on top of the situation. So again, somebody must not be on the top of the situation. Now, I did, and I'm so upset that I didn't keep this video, but it was a video of somebody in the political arena or judicial system, excuse me, was questioning this Native American woman, okay, about leasing land or leases or something like this or whatever. And it was the day, I want to say it was the day after I had posted something about the fact that the natives were the ones that eliminated the white Indians, right? Now, when I'm telling you the white Indians were representing the pure-blooded Indians, the autochthonous people. There's even some people on my censuses for my family that were considered to be white, okay? And so that's what made me do more research on what could that have mean. Was this person actually really white or something like this? And it was talking about the purebloods, okay? These are the ones that were met by the people that ended up with land patents, okay? Some of your ancestors, some of my ancestors have land patents, but I'm just saying this is diversity. This is, again, brother going against brother or whatever this is, all right? This would be promises of these women or something that were bringing all this magical stuff in, or these elements in, and they were intrigued, so they would leave their women at home. And then what I'm saying, same thing, even when we talk about love and war, okay? When these people go off to war, they end up messing around with these women or whatever, having these some people, I feel like there's some nymph energy here where some people just got a little bit out of hand or whatever, but that's that Papa was a Rolling Stone energy. All right. And some of these are voyages that we really don't even know about. All right. Because these were the bucks, or again, the ones that were being used to repopulate or populate or impregnate or immaculate. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying. All right. So we have the Ace of Wands here in reverse. Okay. Now, I can't see my glasses. I don't have them. Ideas and creation. Okay. So again, the healer, attraction. Okay. Creation. All right. The Knight of Swords is here with God. Give your relationship a sword. The Knight of Swords, give a chance. We got the Knight of Swords in reverse. Oh my goodness, why can't I read? Speedy situation or finish. A young man, 25 years. Okay, so again, this is some kind of young man or something coming in, but again, it's in reverse here. All right. These keep coming out in threes. We got the Ace of Pentacles here in reverse, okay? Divine Wish, okay? Money coming, but it's in reverse here, okay? Everything is in reverse. I'm wondering about this deck here, okay? So we have the Six of Swords here in reverse, okay? Calmer Waters, all right? And this is by, again, Shan, okay? Which is the Princess of Mercy, all right? Letting go of control issues, okay? And then the Six of Swords in reverse, okay? And then we have the Alchemist with this phobia And then this Two of Swords here, okay? The blindfold off. Keep something, the situation at hand, okay? But again, this is making me think about, like I said, somebody not being sure about what they want to do. But then we have this Five of Swords here that came out with it, all right? So again, this is giving somebody the upper hand, excuse me. All right, giving somebody the upper hand. This might be the alchemist that had a phobia. You know what I'm saying? The Two of Swords energy. Again, this is like, again, sometimes this is a cock blocking energy to me. Or like some kind of defeat here where somebody was running up on somebody and about to get done up, okay? Or again, because of some higher power or something, these people had to back up, all right? So again, this might have been, again, this Knight of Swords coming in fast with some kind of fast action here was put in reverse. And it might be because of this energy here, okay? So I'm just going to take 3 from this native deck, okay? Am I? Okay, with the Hermit in reverse, all right? I'm not going to reach down there and get it. We got the Chief of Shields here, okay? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, come on now. We got the Warrior of Pipes here in reverse, all right? And then we have the Silence, okay? So it's a time to speak, obviously, because silence is in reverse many times here, okay? Also, I do feel like this is also time to speak about something else, but I feel like, I just think I just don't know what else to say anymore without embarrassing myself, actually. All right. So we have unrequited love. All right. We have Native American here. We have children. Okay. So maybe, again, somebody is in maybe this is unrequited love. Okay. All right. And then maybe this is also something to do with maybe somebody is in a situation with unrequited love. This might be pertaining to already a connection that's already going on here. Okay. This may be somebody that came in trying to make it seem like it might be some kind of, and they tried to get something that would seal the deal. All right. And maybe that's not happening right now. Okay. We have something about this Celtic energy here. We have authority figures. And I feel like these are the people, and we have Father in reverse. Okay. Yeah. Somebody is just not, it's almost like a father should be so proud, and it's just like, I don't know. Matriarch of Blades in reverse. All right. This that bitch, I'll cut you. Okay. And then we have Mockery in reverse. All right. So I feel like somebody might come in and stop the mockery or whatever, but you know, it's almost like they're not gonna give that particular love. It's just not gonna happen probably. We got the Chief of Pipes here. It's like they trying to send somebody else in, and I'm not having it. I'll just do whatever I'm gonna do by myself then. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm being, again, we have spiritualists. So if I'm going to be appointed to a certain position, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I could do it. We have polygamy in reverse. We have the Tower. Okay. And I feel like whatever this is, somebody knew that they could have already regulated certain things so this wouldn't happen again. Why would people know that this is a problem or issue that is the first, this is the root of mass shooting or mass anything? This is the root of it all. Yet and still they continue to do it. Yet and still we fall for it every time. Yet and still we get mad because we don't want to hear the truth about ourselves. And instead of healing as a whole, you see what I'm saying? They just keep you busy on some hamster wheel all day, all day, all day. Don't even have time to slow down and do anything, really. We have the sun dance, and we have warrior woman. Okay? Sun dance is in reverse, and warrior woman is not. All right? And I feel like that's all I really wanted to say. Again, people can get mad if they want to, but it's true. It's true. So some people just need to be wary of, people in general. I'm not telling you that it's a fact that somebody's coming after you, but I know when this stuff was first happening and when I was bringing it up and when people were trying to hurry up and come in and combat what I'm saying, and selling off could just be, anything. This could be, somebody selling off something that belongs to you, an inheritance, going down these lists of like abandoned, land and shit like that. Like, I'm just saying, okay? And this is the thing, they're doing it for their own like tribal gain or something like this. It's not like they're calling these people and helping them. It's not like if a brother or if somebody else reached out to them, like they're gonna help them. No. These people, and I know why. I'm not mad because I know why they shun me. They shun me because I'm one of the people that will be going into being in a ruling class. I know why they shun me, because they wanted to dig in my Akashic. They wanted to get all up in my head. I know why they shun me. You know what I'm saying? So again, I don't know why. I just guess I was gonna name this I am not your negro. All right. So again, our ancestors at some point in time were saying for these particular women not to vote, meaning these groups of people that were coming over here because they knew that what it was going to do to them. So I feel like, hey, damn, if you coming up over here, you got to be here for 10 years or more or something at this point for this next motherfucking voting season for you to even vote. I don't even think nobody should be able to vote if you ain't been here for at least 10 fucking years. That's my opinion. You want to ask me. Because it's not going to be good. They're gonna worship whoever, brought them over here to this. You know how that is, all right? I feel like that's why most people like, certain people when they go to certain lands, because those people be like, oh, sometimes like they might even treat American so-called black people some kind of way, like, But then, other people come over there and they're like, oh my goodness, yes, oh wow, let me do this and that. So it's like, it's this like, something. There's something, like I said. And people are more prone to going to other places and giving than they are in, like I said, when it comes to Americans right here in America in the so-called hood. Right? But they'll go and they'll drive, they'll go, not drive, but they'll go all the way to another, whole country and everything like this. And then they'll, bear and bestow all kind of gifts. They'll also invite people from other countries over and bear and bestow all kind of gifts, right? That they make it so hard for you Americans to get. And that's the thing that people don't understand. They come over here and they say these things about us, but they don't understand there's a difference between us. There's a reason why they don't want to give it to us. There's a reason why we have to work harder. There's a reason why we here and everything is not changed or whatever, right? But again, they want to get in where they fit in anyway, all right? And they're allowed to here. Who wouldn't? They want you to wouldn't. They want you to not want to. In your own land. And I think that's all I wanted to say. Take care.